Dr. Kurt Waters here to talk about RSV testing. And this is scientifically based, but it's going to be fairly down to earth, mostly for families and providers for that fact. Unfortunately, we're getting it wrong. We're still finding that there's a fair number of facilities, emergency rooms, urgent cares, pediatricians, doing RSV testing with swabs when we know 1/3 of the time the child is going in there to be tested, and 1/3 of the time they're leaving that institution having RSV, and we're telling them they don't have it. We got to get with the program. We know that nasopharyngeal aspirates are the way to go. And that's because the load of the virus is in the back part of the nose, not in the front part. And unfortunately, no discredit to nurses or anybody else, that swab, to put it all the way to the back of the nose is terribly uncomfortable. It's like a small torture session to a child to get that back there, and it bumps up against the turbinates and all the structures in the nose and gets misdirected going high. The wires unfortunately get all bent and they go up instead of back, and that's not where it's supposed to. It's supposed to be all the way to the back. How do we get there? You need to use flexible catheters, small caliber flexible catheters, to get there all the way back to the nasopharynx. This is what we want to do. This glides itself past the turbinates. This packet, N-pak, very easy to use, doesn't require external suction. A lot of hospital emergency rooms use them. We just need to get with the bandwagon though. We're missing the diagnosis by not using these things, and it's a discredit to our patients. Families, it to me is your probably obligation to make sure if your child is getting tested for RSV, that the physicians, facilities, pediatrician, emergency room, urgent care is doing it correctly. Just ask the question, do you do nasopharyngeal aspiration? It's the gold standard for identifying RSV. If they want to Google it, they'll find it all over. 1/3 of the time, these papers show you're missing it if you're doing a swab. Good luck.